Tax scams can still target you after you've filed your taxes, and here's what to know and do. Now, if you're going to like the video, give it a like and subscribe. But tax day in July is a phrase that none of us ever expected to hear, and yet here we are. Usually taxes are due in April, but due to the pandemic, they pushed it back to July 15th. And with the deadline upon us and our taxes filed, you may find yourself a little more relaxed as you start to check your refund status, but don't get too complacent. Fraudsters will continue trying to scam or trick tax filers out of their personal information and refunds for weeks to come. Whether it's sending spam text messages with links to phishing websites or using automated robocalls in a bid to fool you into giving up personal information, there's nothing bad actors won't try. The tax fraud and scams are an issue to the IRS takes seriously and does its best to warn us about. In fact, there's an entire section of the IRS website dedicated to issuing warnings about popular scams and providing strategies for staying out of scammers' crosshairs. Here's a short list of some of the most common scams making the round, and what to do to keep both your identity and tax return safe and secure, including reporting this trick to the IRS. The first one is the IRS impersonation phone call. One of the most brazen schemes used every year is scammers calling and claiming that they represent the IRS to taxpayers and demand an immediate tax payment. Calling from a phone number that appears to belong to the IRS in your caller ID, they will threaten, badger, and intimidate you into making a rash decision. Usually they will often ask for a transfer of funds by gift card or wire transfer. These thieves are increasingly extending this scheme to sending out stuff like that in email and social media channels. Know that the IRS will never phone you or show up at your house to demand an immediate payment, especially via gift card or wire transfer. Though debt collectors have been known to get pushy, an IRS representative should never berate, abuse, or threaten or bring in the law or immigration agencies. If someone claiming to work for the IRS calls you, the IRS says you should write down the number you received the call from, the name of the caller, and then hang up. You can then call the IRS directly at their actual business number, or visit the IRS.gov balance due website to view your account. Report a scam phone call with the Treasury Inspector General for the Tax Administration by calling their hotline or at tigta.gov. You can also call the FTC at their hotline or visit their website ftc.com complaint. The surprise refund bait and switch. In the words of the IRS, this is a new twist on an old scam. After criminals have secured your sensitive personal information, such as your Social Security number and tax forms, they can easily file a fraudulent return claim on your behalf. Once the funds hit your bank account, the scammers impersonating someone from the IRS or collection agent will contact you to demand the return of the ill-gotten money, either by depositing the money into an account or sending it to an address. Be on the alert for an unexpected tax bill, refund, or messages from the IRS or your tax preparer about multiple returns filed using your Social Security number. If you get an erroneous refund, don't go out and make a major purchase. The IRS will want that money back in return. If you suspect you're a victim, file a complaint with the FTC. Request that the Major Credit Bureau had put a fraud alert out on your record, or you can contact the IRS at their hotline number. Cancel or suspend your security number. Criminals are making calls and threatening to suspend or cancel your Social Security until your overdue tax bills are paid. The scam may seem legit because the caller has some of your personal information, including the last 4 digits of your Social Security number, but as the IRS puts it, make no mistake, it's a scam. If someone calls and threatens to cancel or suspend your Social Security number, hang up immediately. If they call back, don't answer. Write down the number that they're calling from, and then report the call on this site, and send an email with the subject of the IRS phone scam to phishing@irs.gov, and include the phone number as well as any other details that are relevant in the body of the email. If you do owe taxes, you can call the IRS at their hotline number to discuss your payment options. Your Social Security number will not be canceled or suspended. fake text, emails, or social media messages. Thieves have had years to have had years to refine their email trickery and have recently expanded into sending text messages out and social media messages. Phishing scams have become much more sophisticated, but incredibly authentic-looking messages sent from credible-looking addresses that dupe victims into sharing sensitive information or installing malware. One particularly bold gambit involves scammers using the IRS name and logo to warn taxpayers about the very scam that they're perpetrating. Before soliciting sensitive personal information, note that attackers are increasingly targeting the tax professionals in addition to taxpayers. Be wary about any communications you receive over email, text message, or social media purpose to be the IRS, a tax professional, or any other financial organization. Again, the real IRS would never initiate contact to request personal or financial information. If you do receive a message, the IRS asks that you forward that message to phishing@irs.com and do not reply to the original message. The IRS has a dedicated tax scammers webpage where the agency publishes warnings and updates about the current crop of scams that are being used. Additional scams that the IRS has issued warnings for include ghost taxpayers who charge someone to do their taxes, often based on a large refund money, and then they fail to mail in the tax return, leaving the customer with an unbilled tax return and no refund. There's also a warning for tax transcript scams that targets business with an Emotet malware infected file attachment. The biggest takeaway here is this: if the IRS needs something from you, you will receive a letter in the mail. You won't get an email, phone call, or text message. Even still, letters can be faked, so it's best to use only official IRS websites and phone numbers. In addition to preventing your tax information from being compromised, it's also a good idea to use a password manager or a two-factor authentication code wherever possible, and learn how to identify robocalls. But since today is tax day, hopefully everybody has done their taxes. I know I have. I did mine back in February, so I'm all set. But hopefully everybody gets their taxes done today, and then they don't have to worry about anything that comes up later on.